Hi everybody, Abby here. I'm going to be connecting with Spirit today. I'm going to do a journey on the energy right now, an Ascension Energy update for all of us. So we've got a full moon right at the Easter time. A lot of that Jesus is rising energy. I always find this time of year also, it reminds me of Archangel Lucifer as well, because as the ascension of the human race takes place, we're starting to let go of our fears and our ego. We're starting to welcome more support and love. And this is all a reflection of setting the Lucifer within us free. And Archangel Lucifer is not the evil of the universe. He's just simply an archangel that is encouraging us to conquer our own egos, conquer our own fears. And for some reason, along the way, we have decided that Lucifer is the motivation for the evil of the world. I don't see that as the case. I see the human race as the motivation. I see it as us. Some people see it as demonic reptilian beings. It's entirely up to you, but in the end, you make a choice. I don't see an evil reptilian being telling you what to do. I don't see Archangel Lucifer telling you what to do or me what to do, because this is an experience I choose to have within my heart. And if I don't want to take the time to actually ask myself, why am I doing these things? Well, I'm just going to do them because I want to. That's the difference between the human race that works with the mind that we are transitioning out of. We already have transitioned out of it. We just still feel like we are living in that timeline, although we aren't anymore. We're working on becoming aware that we are new people now. We're new in a new energy, a new experience. And the new experience is more observant, more self-observant, more aware, wanting to love ourselves more and asking ourselves, how can I love myself more? How can I nurture myself? How can I be more balanced with the people in my life? And that doesn't mean just being generous, because being generous can be enabling too. Sometimes we need to learn how to say no as the most loving thing that we could possibly give to another person. But it's about exploring, what is the heart? Where's the heart at? What does the balance look like for myself, and how I am balanced with those people in my life? And this is an Archangel Lucifer rising phenomenon. It's the ascension of the human race phenomenon. It's the Jesus resurrected phenomenon. It's all intertwined. It's interesting because the Christian religion is a big part, has touched basically every part of the globe. So a lot of people are aware of it, you know. So it's really imprinted into our collective because we're all aware of the different aspects. Many of us, a large portion of the whole world, are aware of the many aspects of Christianity. So when this time of year comes, there's a lot of collective relationship with that. And that collective relationship inspires energetic responses in the totality on a very special day called Easter, right? So we're contributing to a phenomenon. And a phenomenon revolves around Jesus. I see that it revolves also around Lucifer, and it revolves around the ascension of the human race, the resurrection of the human race, us getting heart-centered and asking the questions about balance. Balance. And we can't find balance if ego is number one. Ego is all about survival. Ego is all about what is best for me. And sometimes what is best for me is not having that difficult conversation because I'm terrified of what that might mean, or how that might change my life, or how that person might react. So instead of doing the right thing, which is your heart is asking you to have that conversation, instead we're going to do the wrong thing, which is also the right thing too sometimes because of divine time. But we're encouraged then to work in the safety of our own minds. But it's time to continue to work on letting go of that, okay? So this is my little intro message because it's that time of year. And I want to relax now and get connected with spirit realm. And we'll see what the message is for all of us today, okay? So I'm one person. I'm standing on a pile of rocks. The rocks are right there at the ocean. So here the ocean is coming in and hitting these rocks. I'm standing on these rocks and I'm watching a large ship, and it's sailing to the horizon away from me. And I'm standing here for a very long time. I can't even see the ship anymore. It's entirely disappeared. I can't see it with my own two eyes, but yet I'm still standing here. And the question is, when am I going to move on? When am I going to move on, or am I going to continue to hold on to my relationship with the meaning of this ship? I'm going to stand there and continue to look into the horizon because I am choosing to continue to have that relationship with this moment that I do not want to let go of. So I continue to stand here. And from this perspective, it looks really ridiculous, you know? Hey, the ship's been sailing for a while and it's been a month now and you're still standing on the rocks. Did you want to come back to town and hang out, or are you going to just live there, or what? So it looks kind of ridiculous in this storyline, but how many of us have a situation like this that doesn't seem to be this ridiculous because it's not a boat we are watching sailing off into the distance. It's not a missed opportunity or something that feels a bit depressive because we have to say goodbye to it. And so we're just lingering there, looking, watching. But yet we are doing that inside ourselves everywhere we go. In the morning, in the evening, before we fall asleep, we are there standing there at those rocks watching the ship go, and we are saying goodbye, but we can't let go. We are saying goodbye, but we cannot let go. And so we stand there. And we stand there and we stand there and we stand there for a very, very long time. So I'm still waiting for this person that I'm now watching to make a choice to see that life has changed and to move on already. And to turn around and see the extraordinary world that is out there, that we have access to, opportunities, new things, brand new things. What is it about the old that we don't want new things? We just want it to stay the same. We want that one thing from our past to be there every single day, or to be just like this forever, to remain a photograph in time that never changes. I want it to stay like that. And if it does change, then I won't change. I will remain as I am, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for some moment for that to be reconciled within myself. And it won't ever be reconciled because I need this thing to come back. I need this thing to return. I need the past to be a part of my life again. So we're just living in the past, right? This is a really big deal message because it's not just about timelines. On one level, we could see it as a human ascension thing. We're beyond the timeline. We've already moved into the new timeline. We've already shifted gears, but people aren't quite aware of it yet. And we're still working with all the old memories that created the person that we are, the people we are today. And it still feels like we are those people, and we're still vulnerable with our egos, etc. But the ship sailed a long time ago. So it's time to start a new life. It's time to start a new world, a new experience, a brand new way of being. So on one level, it's reflecting this idea. On another level, you could use this example and zone it down into a situation in your life that is still keeping you in the past because you simply always wanted it to stay this way. And you can't let go of that relationship that didn't work. You can't let go of this failure or whatever you want to call it, but it's got a sad effect to it, and you're still lingering in that place with it, thinking about it, holding on to it, wanting it to stay the same, not wanting to change either. And then it can even create a depression that maybe isn't acknowledged because we just keep living our life, but yet inside we're holding on. And the ship has sailed. It's time to move on now. It's time to move on. It's not easy to get this person here to turn around and come with me. It's not easy. I'm sending vibrations into the image to encourage change in this one, like a spirit guide. It's time. It's time. Things can be different now. Let's go do something new. I don't want to. I want to do the same things. I want to continue to reminisce in what was. I don't want to let go. I want to stay sad because I didn't want it to be like this. Why did it have to be like this for me? I can't let go of that, and now I'm depressed. Now I'm disappointed in the universe. Why is nothing ever work out for me? Spirit guide says, but there's a whole world out there waiting for you. Why do you need this one thing? Why do you need this one thing? There's a billion things out there that you can explore, and through those things you can discover yourself, and that is a precious, precious opportunity. It's time to go find yourself in the world, right? Through all the amazing things that this world has to offer, through other people, through other experiences, it's all right there. So I'm sort of sending vibes to encourage change, but this person is not wanting to let go, is not wanting to leave these rocks. And that's part of the message. I can't force them. So this is interesting. The next inspiration is for me to move on as well. I'm not going to help somebody who is not going to help themselves. I've given all that I can give to bring inspiration for positive change to help you let go of that goodbye that is still lingering in your heart. I'm giving you positive encouragement, but even I must move on with my life because I'm not going to stay in your past, continuing to try to help you get your own self up and out of the ground. I too must move on because I'm not living my life just for you. I'm living my life to support you as much as I can, but I'm living my life for myself too. And me also matters. And me discovering me also matters because me living my life is also important. So now is the challenge for me to let go of trying to help somebody let go of something they can't let go of. Do you have anybody in your life that you're trying to help them let go of something that they can't let go of, and now you can't let go of them because you really, really want to help them, and now you have to move on too? It's weird. It's very weird. All right, I'm taking a deep breath. I'm telling the universe I am no longer committed within my heart. I'm no longer motivated. I'm no longer passionate. And I don't feel that it is helping this person anymore for me to continue to encourage them. So I'm going to find the courage within myself to do the right thing. Not because my mind told me so, but because my heart is calling me to change my direction as well. So I start taking steps away from this person, and I actually give them their energy back. This is a real phenomenon. We share our souls with each other, especially people who've made a really big difference in our life, our best friends, our family members. We share our souls with them. So our lovers, our soulmates. So if a romantic relationship doesn't work and we've shared our soul with somebody that we were really passionate about and then they change their mind, sometimes it's very hard for us to let go. We keep remembering because we gave them a part of our soul. So you have to acknowledge that you need that part of yourself back. You can get that part of yourself back really easily. You just choose to acknowledge that I gave you part of my heart, part of my soul. But you are not choosing my heart or my soul in this lifetime. So I must take my heart and my soul back, and now I must move on with my life. People have a hard time with letting go of a really amazing relationship that ended up not working out the way they thought it would. Their, best friends, their dog, their cat, their pet. People have a hard time letting go of an animal that's passed away or a family member that's passed away, because we share our souls, and this is really kind of that type of vibration of the valuable meaning of the ship that has sailed. And we're still saying goodbye, but we're not moving on from it. It's got that type of meaning to it. It's got a sadness, a longing, a bit of a confusion. Maybe it will come back. Maybe the ship will come back to me. And then here is this friend saying, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. And now it's been so long that I need to move on from you because you are still in a rut. And it's putting me in a rut now too because of your energy and the energy you're holding on to. And I want to stay in a high vibration, and I need to move on with my life now too. You don't want to change. I want to move on. So this is interesting as well. And it's hard for me to move on from this person in this storyline because it really shows the challenge of how hard it is to let go of people, to follow our heart, even though we know it's the right thing to do. It can be very hard. I'm literally taking one step at a time, and it's like literally everything I can do to make these steps. It takes courage to move on. No matter what situation you're in, it takes courage to move on. And you got to trust that you're making the right choice because it's coming from the heart. And when it comes from the heart, it's always the right choice. And just, even if it's hard, just keep taking the steps. Even if it's 1 foot at a time and it feels like your feet weigh 1,000 pounds, you can do it. You can do it. And each step you take gives you the power that you need to start living your life for yourself again, okay? And it doesn't matter what that person chooses. If they choose to stand there and they don't want to change and they want the ship to just stay in their life and for life to just be a certain way. And this could also be reflective of those types of people who don't want to change. And we really need them to start doing things differently. And we've been needing them to start doing things differently for several years now. And they're just not getting it. And they're kind of pulling us along with them. And it's not okay anymore. And we need to move on now because there's people in the world that don't know how to change and don't want to change. And they feel like everybody should be changing, but they don't have to. This could also be reflective of having the strength to move on from somebody that you love that just isn't changing and is kind of dragging you down with them. This can also be reflective of that too. And this is interesting because every step I take away from this person, and I start to, it's as if my mind starts to forget that they ever existed. Because I'm starting to participate in my life and it's bringing to the surface exciting new opportunities. And that's what is driving me forward, is what is happening now. Not what was happening before in the past, but what is happening right now. And so anything that was lingering in the past, or I'm still thinking about the past, starts to evaporate because I'm living for right now, for myself as I exist right now. And it's joyful. It's new. It's, I didn't know life could be like this. It feels that exciting. And I find myself not standing on rocks by an ocean, but sort of in like the vast prairie lands kind of thing, where you can look in any direction, you can see the horizon in any direction. There's no mountains obscuring your view, but it feels like I could go northeast, southwest. I could go any way I want to go. Look at the great wide world around me. This is what it feels like. And the spirit realm is showing me that sometimes we're like ships that have too much weight, or an airplane that has too much weight, and we need to let go of some of that dead weight. We have to. Otherwise, we're going to go down into the ocean, or we're going to go down with the plane. There's something of this caliber that they're showing me. We've got to, they're showing me literally heavy suitcases of junk, and we're just throwing it out. Maybe that's the spring cleaning message. I don't know, but we're throwing it out so we don't get pulled down by it, because we don't need to be weighed down by it. And the more that we get rid of, the lighter that we actually feel, and the freer we are. And then the more energy, the more stamina we have to embrace the great wide world around us. And now do you see the difference between trying to help people that don't want to let go or help themselves, and how that can weigh you down, versus cutting those ties, getting rid of unneeded belongings or unneeded relationships, so that you can fly free and clear. You're not going down, you're going up. Doesn't that feel so much better? Now suddenly anything that was bogging you down, negative, dreary, doesn't even exist, because it never really did. It inspired you to believe that it was there, and you believed it, and you were holding on to it just like they were holding on to it. But now you're not, because you don't have to. You see the difference? It's like the Jesus resurrected. It's like the Lucifer resurrected, because it's about rebirth and joy. It's about heaven. It's about accessing heaven, right? And then heaven can be earth too. And the more that we start to let go of the burdens and the people that burden us as well, we lighten our ship, we lighten our load, we feel brighter and freer, we start accessing inspirations that change the world. And we start finding like-minded people and like vibrations, and we get together and we do ideas, and who knows what. Maybe we just play poker on a Sunday, but it brings joy into our life. It's something exciting, you know? It could be literally anything, and it could be full of joy and new experiences. And that's the value. That's the value. And that's what heals the human race, heals our collective, and heals the planet too. When we start to care, when we start to heal the wounds inside, the wounds inside make us feel dirty, ashamed, ugly. There are ugliness that we carry. And then when we carry ugliness inside, we attract ugly experiences that are really asking us to clean up the inside of ourselves, when really we see those ugly experiences as the universe has done it again. You know, keep kicking me when I'm down, more of the same old garbage. But it's actually your garbage you're attracting. It's what's inside of you, and you're attracting more of what's inside of you, asking you to see it and let it go. And it's about positive stuff though. We want to let go of this so we can access positive stuff. And as we clean our insides, which is all about our emotions, we let go, we forgive people from our memories, we find ourselves anew. That cleanliness inside actually inspires us to clean the planet as well. And it inspires really amazing transformations, inventions, good deeds coming to the surface, really powerful changes to take place for planet Earth. I'm telling you, the desecration of the planet is a reflection of how the collective has felt inside. But the timelines are changing, and what has manifested this? Energy, inspirations, divine time. It could be all of these things combined. But the thing is, it is the inspiration. It is happening. And as it happens, we find more of ourselves, we release more of ourselves, we get cleaner on the inside, and we want a cleaner world. We want a cleaner home. We want a cleaner environment. We want cleaner people in our life. And now things just get brighter and better. And that's the truth. That's the resurrection of Jesus. That's the resurrection of Lucifer, because it's getting out of the mind. The mind holds on to the sorrow. It holds on to the suffering. It holds on to the fear of what people will think if I say that or if I do that. It holds on to that stuff. But the heart is free. We let go of the ego-based baggage, the old memories, right? We let go of that stuff. We let go of the people that aren't motivating us, inspiring us, bringing out the best in us. We let go of all that stuff. We lighten our load. We fly free. Then we get brighter. And we don't have to feel the pain and burdens of all the negativity or the fear-based stuff, because it's a wonderful world. And we're wonderful people, and we're starting to remember that again, and we're starting to choose that, choose to find that, choose to be that. It's a pretty cool message. Okay, this is interesting. They're saying, what are you going to do with the time that you have left? That's literally what they're saying. What are you going to do with the time that you have left? This is your life. What are you going to do with your life? You're never going to be the same you ever again. You're never going to be you. I'm never going to be Abby ever again after this life. I'm going to be somebody else. I'm going to be somewhere else. I'm going to be doing who knows what. And so what am I going to do with the rest of the time I have left? Am I going to base that time on what somebody else needs from me because they don't want to change? Do I want to just keep holding on to the baggage? None of this makes me feel good. I want to be happy with the time that I have left. So what can I do to nurture me and the things that I want to experience with my time, with the time that I have left? Now is the time. Now is the time. Something for you to think about. And maybe it would be kind of cool for you to share some things in the comments of what are you going to do with the time that you have left? What an interesting idea. I've heard it before, but sometimes we need to hear that. Everything is very peaceful right now. I feel that type of experience that happens when you reach a perfect moment. Do you ever have a random time when everything just, for some reason, it feels okay? Like everything's gonna be okay, or I'm really proud of myself right now. And my whole body is just tingling all over. And it maybe only lingers for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. If we could hold on to it enough, maybe it'll stay for 20 before our cell phone goes off or we get an interruption or something of that nature. Have you ever had one of those moments where it's just like, everything is right now. Everything feels good right now. I'm going to really feel this moment. I'm going to really embrace it. Now, what if every day of your life felt like that? What can you do to manifest that in your life? What baggage needs to go for you to access that feeling in your life? You need to seriously consider letting go of that baggage, because you came here to experience also joy. And you have a right as a soul to experience joy if you want to. Remember, everything in our life is a choice. And it may feel like, well, I really didn't choose that. But some part of your intricate, complex inner workings said that was the best thing for me to experience. And I'm going to experience this. And now I'm experiencing it right now. And at the conscious level, at the most superficial level, we hate it. But deep down inside, we're gaining valuable juices off of this very terrorizing moment. And it's changing us. It's transforming us. We're becoming different, diverse, unique, a good storyteller of a time when we're becoming extraordinary people. Deep down inside, everything in your life is something that you needed. Exactly like that. And you chose it. Whether you chose it from the conscious level or you chose it from the depths of your soul, you did choose it. So find out why. And if it's no longer necessary to continue holding on to that learning, then be done with it. You can say you're done anytime. I'm really done with this learning. I'm really done with this type of experience. I keep having this repetitive broken record experience. It came around a couple years ago, and then it came around a few years before that. I keep meeting the same type of people. I keep working the same type of jobs. I keep, then you have to say, wow, I'm finding a pattern here, and I'm attracting this pattern. I don't want to attract this pattern anymore. So what is it that I need to learn from this pattern so I can let go of it? What would be the opposite of this pattern? And does the opposite of this pattern make me feel terrified and I want to just keep the same thing going, but I also don't, but I don't want to change? You got to start becoming self-observant. Don't just instinctively live your life. You can, but take the time to ask yourself why. Why are you doing it this way? And find the answer to that question. And if you could be doing it differently, what would it look like? And does it terrify you to have to make choices that are going to turn things upside down? And now we know why the broken record remains, because you don't want to change. Okay? All right. I feel like this is all I meant to share for today. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey with Spirit. It was a really cool message. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I know not everybody is celebrating Easter, but whatever you do this weekend, I hope it's wonderful. I hope this video gives you some new inspirations, new ways of thinking. And if any of you are interested in working with me one-on-one for a psychic session, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you again for watching.